Hi and welcome to another monthly Zodiac video. This one is for the month of January, the first month of the new year of 2022. So I sort of created a new spread because I've been doing the same one every month and now I wanted to try something new. So right now the spread that I am thinking of using is first your current energy, then the theme of the month, then the focus of the month, and then what goals to create. And I wanted to add that last one because January is usually a month where we make our resolutions and everything. So I wanted to reflect that into the monthly Zodiac readings. Go to the description box and find a timestamp for your Zodiac sign. I would recommend watching this for your sun, moon, and rising. So let's get started with Aries. Hi Aries, using the Everyday Witch Tarot for you. Let's see, what is your current energy, Aries? What is your current energy? I have the Queen of Swords. So you either you have been exposed to some truths or you are currently really finding out about either honesty, truths in your life from other people, but there's just something about honesty that is currently very important to you because that is what I associate with the Queen of Swords is honesty, is bluntness, is just telling it how it is. And for an Aries, I feel like that sort of comes naturally to you, but you have to remember that a Queen of Swords tells it like it is, but they're not mean about it. They're not aggressive about it. And I'm looking at you, Aries, because I know that I'm an Aries moon, so but I know that sometimes when you want to tell people like it is, you can come across as pretty aggressive. So I also have the Tower card here. So things might be feeling like they are crumbling around you. Things are changing suddenly, things that you have no control over, and it makes you feel very powerless. And as an Aries, you don't like feeling powerless. You want to stay in control, you want to stay on top of things, and it's feeling really shitty to feel like you're not really in control of everything that you would like to be in control of. So now I want to look at the theme of the month, and for that I'm going to use my Pure Magic Oracle deck, Oracle cards, because they have some themes and stuff that I really like. I also use these for the 2022 yearly predictions. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll link it in the description box below. So what is the theme of the month for Aries? Here I have Banyan Blessings. This is not the first time or even the second time that I've drawn this card. But this card says security, the Hermit, expansion, stability. So after it makes sense though, because we had the Tower as your current energy. You feel like things are crumbling around you, and then this one says that the theme of the month is to create more stability. How can you create more stability in your own life so that when things outside of your control happen, you can still feel like you are in control, in charge of most of your life? And I think that that is going to be a very important theme, very important thing for you for the month. We're gonna also look at the focus of the month in a little bit, but for now I would like one more card for the theme of the month, and that is Mugwort Dream. So I don't know a lot about different sort of herbs and teas. That is something that I would love to learn more about, but I have heard that mugwort is a very interesting herb to work with. So it says rhythm, higher self, reality, rest. So when I look at this one next to finding more security, finding more stability in your own life, and then we also have this card when it comes to reality and rest, I think you need to give yourself a little break and also accept that not everything can always be in your control. I know that's a very non-Aries thing to hear, but not everything can always be in your control. And it's okay to sort of accept that and to just take a little bit of a rest. And because Aries tend to be very active, and resting can be kind of hard for some of you, but I think that that is going to be very important for you to actually do next month, to try and take a little bit of a rest. It also says here higher self as well as reality. Maybe some of you have been feeling like it says mugwort, dreams. So I'm not saying hallucinations, but I'm saying, are you seeing things like they are in reality, or do you have some clouded judgment? You are encouraged to sort of figure that out for the month of January. So now let's look at what is your focus of the month. Anything you have to do. This one came out hard. It says magician. So we already said to find out, to try, or not to find out, but trying to look for more stability. And the magician sort of encourages you to work with what you have. What are some of the things that you are great at? And what sort of resources do you have around you that you can use to create more of that security in your life, so that, again, when something outside of your control happens, that you can still feel secure and stable within your own life, within your situation. So another card, I have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is somebody who's very much in charge and in control over their own emotions. They don't feel overly emotional in whatever sort of emotion, whether that is anger, happiness, well, I don't know, happiness, but they don't get that overly emotional state, you know? So, and I want to focus on anger, because that is an emotion that I, not to be mean, but that is an emotion that I often associate with Aries, mostly because you guys are Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is the planet of aggression, of anger, passion, you know, all that sort of thing. So when I get the King of Cups as the focus of the month for an Aries, that's what I'm thinking. Focus on getting more control over your emotions, because you don't have control over what else happens around you, but you have control over how you react to things. And, you know, sometimes you don't always have control over your feelings, over what you're thinking, over what you're feeling, but you do have control over how you express those feelings towards other people. And I think that is something that a lot of you really need to hear right now. So now I want to look at what goals to create. So let's see, what goals should you create? So think like resolutions, short-term, long-term. 8 of Pentacles. Keep working hard, dedication, knowing what you are working towards, and try and stick to something for a change. Aries are known to kind of bounce around from ideas, but I think with the 8 of Pentacles, sorry, I'm just laughing about some of the cards that I've drawn for you, Aries. But the 8 of Pentacles encourages you to try and stick with the one thing and try to make it work. That is one of the goals that you can sort of create for yourself for this year, for this month. And I also have the 9 of Pentacles, because after the 8 of Pentacles comes the 9 of Pentacles. If you work hard and you stay determined within one certain thing, then you'll reap the benefits. And you can see here, this person is very, very comfortable with where they are because they have worked hard for it. And if you can find a way to sort of stick with this thing, then you will find a way to live more comfortably. And in the 9 of Pentacles definitely is more stability. So those are the sort of goals that you can set for yourself, Aries. Now, I also always really like to do a self-care prompt. So let's see, Aries, what sort of self-care prompt can we get for you? I have plan a vacation. I mean, Aries love to be impulsive. Plan a vacation. Okay, can you focus? Is it not even focusing? I don't think it is. Okay, yes. So plan a vacation. It doesn't have to be with a plane like you see here on the card. It can be plan a little trip, go away, you can even do just a one-day trip or something. And then I also have connect with the earth. You know, Aries are fire signs. I already had quite a bit of earth in this reading. So let me see where I have earth. I have earth in the focus because we have Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. Those are earth. I have the Magician that is associated with Mercury, and Mercury is associated with or rules over both Gemini and Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign. And out of the Pure Magic Oracle cards, the first one for the theme of the month is Earth. So we have quite a bit of Earth. And there are so many ways that you can connect with the Earth. You can connect to the Earth with crystals. You can take a walk in a forest. You can even do like a vacation, sort of like a day vacation just by yourself somewhere in nature, in your country, anywhere that's close to you. So Aries, this was the monthly January predictions. Well, it's not really predictions, more like guidance, I guess, for Aries. I really hope you resonated with it, and I would love to hear from you in the comments down below how this resonated with you. You can always book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me through the link in the description box below. For now, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi Taurus, and welcome to your monthly reading for the month of January. Let's start with your current energy. What is your current energy for Taurus? I have the Four of Swords. Either you are in desperate need of rest, or you have finally taken a little bit of a rest. Maybe you're being forced to sort of slow down. I mean, it's sort of natural for Taurus to know when they need to slow down and to actually do that. I think it's natural for them to feel and to realize that they need to slow down. It's not always natural to actually do it. So the Four of Swords, let me show you again because I love this card. I think it's really pretty. This is the Everyday Witch tarot, by the way. But we see here the need for a rest, meditation, taking a little bit of a break, because things might have been a little heavy recently mentally. So let's see what else I can get for you. I have the Hermit, another card. I love it when I get the Hermit and the Four of Swords together. I think it is so fitting. This is a card of you needing a little bit more time for yourself, needing a little bit more solo time. And yeah, that is something, I don't know if that is something that you're already doing, but it's definitely something that you've been encouraged to do. And I also just had this card here, the Empress. Okay, so this can indicate a couple of things. First of all, it indicates the need for nourishment. So nurturing yourself. Nourishment and nurture, is that the same thing? I don't know. But to nurture yourself, to take care of yourself, and to take care of, in this case, you have some pets here, taking care of your pets. Something else that can come with the Empress card. This is not for everybody, so if this is not for you, take it as a warning to be extra careful. But you might, I wanted to say, might be prone to pregnancy. That is not entirely the best way of wording things, but the Empress can also indicate a pregnancy, especially in this deck where you see that she is holding her pregnant belly. So if you've been trying to get pregnant, you might be very lucky, or you might get some news, or it's just, you know, this is your current energy. So pregnancy, something regarding pregnancy might be very heavy on your mind. I think that is more likely than me predicting pregnancy in January, because that's not how I use tarot. That's not how I would prefer to use tarot. So now let's look at the theme of the month of January for Taurus. I'm using my Pure Magic Oracle cards because I love those for themes of the month. Are you kidding me? I keep pulling this card. I pulled it a bunch of times in the in the 2022 predictions, and I just pulled it for Aries as well. So this is Banyan Blessings, and it says a couple of things. It says security, hermit, expansion, stability. So I think that is a very Taurus appropriate card. Wanting to feel secure, wanting to feel stable, working towards more stability and security in the month of January, whether that is your home. I do think for most people this would be regarding your home. Again, we have the Hermit as a keyword here. Literally says the Hermit as a keyword here, and we already drew the Hermit for your current energy. So that that theme of introspection, taking a little bit of a rest, meditation, that is something that you are very much encouraged to hold on to through the month of January. Let's see, let's do one more card. I have Baraka, power, strength, force, expansion. Ooh, we have the keyword expansion twice. So there might also be some expansion in some way. You can see this in so many ways, because expansion is more of a certain thing. So if you look at the Empress, it could be expansion of a family. It doesn't always have to be with kids. It can be with pets as well, with animals. It can be expansion in friends. It can be expansion in social contacts. It can be expansion financially, you know. It can be a whole lot of things, but whatever it is, maybe that is something that you would like to manifest on. If that is something, we're gonna go into the focus in a little bit. But that might be a great theme for you for the month of January, is expansion, getting more of things. But that doesn't mean, because I feel like Taurus can be materialistic, but I don't think you are encouraged to necessarily acquire a lot of things, but more acquire quality things. That is what I'm feeling. And I think that is something that a well-developed Taurus gears more towards anyway, towards more high quality stuff instead of just more stuff. So now I want to look at the focus of the month. What is the focus of the month for Taurus? Ooh, a card flipped all the way out. 10 of Wands. What is it that you are doing too much of, and is there anything that you can delegate to other people? I also have, what is this? The Two of Pentacles. This goes perfectly together. It's like everything for your reading, Taurus, is falling into place. So what can you do for your own life to make things fall into place as well? So again, the 10 of Wands is a card of being very burdened, having a lot of tasks, doing a lot of things, having a lot of weight on your shoulders. And the Two of Pentacles encourages you to look at what is it that you are, what are all the things that you are balancing, and to find a priority in all of the things that you are doing. What is a priority that you really have to do yourself, and what is something that you can delegate to other people in your life? This can be so many things. It can be in your career, it can just be in your personal life. Maybe you have your own business, but there is a desperate need for some delegation in the month of January for you, Taurus. So now I want to look at what goals to create. I love looking at goals. I hope you do too, especially around this time of year. And in January, I have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is always a card that looks really sad, because it is associated with anxiety, with overthinking, with being so much in your own head that you're basically making yourself anxious. That is something that I often see in this card. I think this is a beautiful card too. I just want to show you again. So when we look at goals for the next year, and we get this one, what I am thinking is recovery from anxiety. What is it that you are doing to recover from your anxiety? Are you finding ways to shift your mindset? I think that is a beautiful goal for you, Taurus, to have. And then I have the World card. There's probably already so many goals that you have already achieved. And don't forget to celebrate those as well. I think when it comes to goals for January, one of your most important ones is your mental health, and the rest will come when it comes. And I think that is a very important message for you, Taurus. And now I want to grab some self-care prompts from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. I love this. I love implementing self-care in as many readings as I can. So let's see, we have sync with the moon. If you are into astrology, into moon phases, then you are very much encouraged to sort of sync with the moon. Look at the moon phases. I don't know what I'm gonna do necessarily for this year regarding moon phases and videos. I would really love to do more videos working with this the moon phases, mostly the new and the full moon. I do have a video up on my Moonology Manifestation Oracle deck, and I definitely recommend you check that out, because that is a deck that I use to work with the moon phases. And that might be something that you are interested in as well, if you want to sync with the moon. And then here I have some alone time. This is literally how we started the reading with the Four of Swords and the Hermit, and it's how we are ending the reading. So I think that is a beautiful note to end this reading on. Taurus, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos, pick a card readings, definitely subscribe to this channel because I do them all the time. And if you resonate with it, I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. If you want to book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me, you can do so through the link in the description box below. And for now, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi Gemini, welcome to your January guidance. These are not necessarily predictions, just because the spread isn't really created like that. So let's first look at your current energy. What is your current energy, Gemini? I have the moon. This can be regarding secrets, illusions, the subconscious. Is that something that you are working with a lot? Are you working a lot with your dreams maybe? Have you been dreaming a lot? Have you been dreaming very heavily, or has anything that you have been dreaming been very heavy on your mind? The moon card is associated with, like I said, with dreams, with the subconscious, with so when I think of the subconscious, the dreams are usually the first thing that come to mind to me, but also intuition. Have you been working a lot with your intuition lately, or what's going on with your intuition that is surrounding your current energy? Let's pull another card. I have the Queen of Wands. Being stepping in your own power, being in your own power, knowing who you are, feeling very powerful. I feel like you've been on a how do I want to say this? Like a confidence kick is what I'm getting here. That you've been on a confidence kick lately, or that is just something that you are very much building towards. But we also here have the Five of Cups, which is pessimism. So stepping into your power and feeling very confident might not necessarily be something that comes very natural to you. Maybe you portray yourself as being very confident. So you definitely portray yourself as a Queen of Wands, but deep inside you still might be feeling very pessimistic. So that is the current energy that I have here around you. Now I want to grab, this was by the way from the Everyday Witch Tarot deck. And now I'm going to go into the Pure Magic Oracle deck for the theme of the month. So here I have Levitation, Higher Ground, Belief, Mastery, Meditation. Ooh, so interesting that we already had the Moon card. So I think you've been very much in tune with either your own, I don't want to say your subconscious, but more like your higher self, your spiritual side. So this said, what did it say? Belief, mastery, meditation. Is there anything spiritual that you like, that you do, that you've been trying to master, that you've been trying to grow at? That might be part of the theme for next month. Meditation, I think that's very, you can literally see her do that in the card here. That's going to be very important for you for the month of January to get more into meditation. I mean, when I think of Gemini, I think of quick thoughts all the time, being very quick-witted, but also having a lot of thoughts. So regarding that, meditation might be really great for you. Let's see what other card I can get for you. I actually have my dog sleeping in my lap, so I'm trying not to let any cards fall onto him. And then I have Songbirds, Hexbreaker, Sound Healing, Final Goodbye, Release. I think you are encouraged to look at what you can release for the like next month. So we're starting a new year, and when we look at the new year, we often look at what new things can we bring in, what can we start doing, but we also have to focus on what do we have to stop doing, but also who do we have to stop and what do we have to stop being in our lives. What is being toxic? What do we need to say a final goodbye to with final goodbye keyword on the Songbirds card? If it will focus, yes, thank you. What can we say our final goodbye to that we can definitely release? Maybe if you are into different craft practice things, then maybe a cord cutting ritual might be very beneficial for you, Gemini. But what is it that you really need to say goodbye to that you found very hard? Because it is really hard to let go of some things, especially if we've put a lot of energy into it. It can be really hard to let go of some things. So yes, that is everything that I wanted to say from this. I mean, there's also the keywords sound healing, maybe you'd like to do a meditation with sound healing. Those are all over YouTube if you are interested. Now let's look at the focus of the month. What do you need to focus on, Gemini? The sun. Okay, so your current energy had the 5 of Cups in it, and your focus is being more optimistic, being more of your authentic self. Even if confidence doesn't come natural to you, doesn't mean that your authentic self means constantly putting yourself down. Because you can find authenticity in being proud of yourself, being confident in yourself, saying nice things about yourself that feel authentic and that are authentic, because the positive things that you are saying about yourself are true. And I think you need to focus more on that positivity, more on that optimism for the month of January. Let's see what else I can get for you. I have the 5 of Wands. Are there any conflicts that you really need to resolve? We can see this with the theme of the month, with the final goodbye, with the release. What people do you have a lot of conflict with that you just need to say goodbye to, that you need to put out of your life? And what conflicts with people do you have that you can resolve? I don't know if these are conflicts that have been going on for a while or not, but you need to do something with them. You can no longer like procrastinate on solving these conflicts. You either have to solve them by releasing these people, saying goodbye to them, cutting them out of your life, or resolving these issues. And I think those two are already 2 big focuses for the month of January. So let's go on to the last part of this reading. What goals to create for you in January? Words are hard when English is not your first language. So let's see. I have 10 of Pentacles. You want to work toward that money. I see money, house. Usually I would also say family, but I definitely feel like that is more a 10 of Cups moment. But 10 of Pentacles is working towards more financial stability and finding out ways that you can work towards that. But you know what? You cannot work towards financial abundance when you constantly have conflicts dragging you down. So let's see what else. I have 10 of Wands. Like, let go of these things that weigh on your shoulders so heavily. I think that is something that you're definitely encouraged to do. How can you let go of some of the responsibilities that you don't want to carry because they shouldn't be your responsibilities? I definitely see the 10 of Wands as a card of delegation. Now let's look at self-care prompt from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. What's self-care prompt for Gemini? I have alone time, taking some time for yourself. Yeah, you might have some, I had to think for a little bit. You might have some conflicts with some other people. And I think it would be great for you to take a little bit of time for yourself, whether that is through meditation, maybe sort of forcing yourself to do meditation, is forcing yourself to have some alone time, and maybe from there it will grow more naturally. So let's see one other self-care prompt. Gemini, create art. I do feel like Gemini are creative people. I do. And yeah, create art. There are so many ways that you can create art. You don't have to draw. You can paint, you can draw or paint digitally. You have to have painting by numbers that look really cool. Creating videos, photography, TikToks, all of that is art, all of that is creativity. So that is what you are encouraged to do self-care wise, Gemini. So this was your reading. I would love to hear in the comments down below how this resonated with you. If you want to see more pick a card tarot reading videos, then definitely subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you here. And you can also book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me through the link in the description box below. And for now, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi Cancer, and welcome to your monthly reading for the month of January. It's not necessarily a prediction. That's not the way that this spread is set up. But first we're going to look at your current energy. I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot deck. So let's see, what is your current energy for Cancer? I have the Wheel of Fortune. Either you are waiting for divine timing, or divine timing is sort of happening all around you. Things might be falling into place. I also have the Moon card, subconscious, dreams. Intuition is what I also associate with the Moon. Let's see what I can get from two of those together. I find that a very interesting combination. So the Wheel of Fortune is more about change happening, and the Moon is about deception and illusion. So what are your thoughts surrounding that change that is happening around the divine timing? Do you luck is also something that I associate with the Wheel of Fortune. What is your viewpoint on all of that is happening? I keep wanting to say hallucinations when it comes to the Moon, but it's not hallucinations, it is illusions. And that doesn't mean that you're seeing things. It means that you are encouraged to look at the way that you look at things, if that makes sense. So let's see, like, is there any confusion around what is happening around you? There might be, because changes can be very confusing. I also have the Seven of Wands. This is a card of defending your boundaries, defending your ground, keeping up your morals, your ideals, that you are being challenged about something. Those are all things that are in your current energy. I hope that I can make a little bit more sense out of it later in this reading. But let's first take the Pure Magic Oracle cards to look at a theme for you, Cancer, in the month of January. I have Bridget, Psychic Flames, 333, Sacred Milk, Druid Magic. Okay, so a lot of these are like very much witchy practices. So I am going to get the guidebook for this card because like Psychic Flames, 333, Druid Magic, Sacred Milk, those are all things that I am personally not familiar with. Usually I can get some sense out of these cards just by the keywords, but this is a little bit outside of what I do with my crafts. So let's see. It says the Bridget is a goddess of like a Celtic goddess. According to legend, Bridget was the daughter of a pagan Irish king and a Pictish slave who converted to Christianity. She is also referred to as Bride in Scotland. Oh, as Bride in Scotland and Britannia in England. Okay, but what does it mean? She grants you health and healing and works deeply within the chakras that govern expression, compassion, and sacred connection. She reminds us to place importance on creative liberty and to discover the power in a vulnerable heart. The triple goddess walks towards you from the forest and sends out her eternal flame to you. The protective warmth of life is returning and joy is soon to come. Her breath restores life to the dead and offers wisdom to those who are able to shed their ego. So this, what I'm feeling here is that good things are happening to you. Warmth is coming to you. That is something that we can see in the Wheel of Fortune as well. As long as you let it. As you sort of keep, not necessarily keep your guard down, because we also have that Seven of Wands. Well, maybe you do need to keep your guard down. Maybe you feel like you're being attacked, like your boundaries are being crossed, but maybe you need to let loose a little bit more and be open to what the universe wants to give you. You know, be open to receive from whatever the universe is trying to give you. I also have Vervain Everlasting. This says spellbound, soul alignment, release, protection. So there either... Okay, so protection can mean a couple of things, because we also read something about protection when reading the guidebook for the Bridget card. So either trust in that the universe will protect you instead of... I feel like there's some distrust when it comes with the Moon card, especially with the Moon card and the Seven of Wands. Constantly trying to fight, constantly trying to defend yourself, even though there's not really anything to defend yourself from, even though it might feel that way. Vervain Everlasting, it also says release. So releasing some things. I'm thinking releasing some tension, releasing some of the illusions that come with the moon card, releasing some of that confusion, and that like you have a very active imagination. That is something that comes with Cancer a lot. That you have a very active imagination, but make sure that it works in your favor and not just to confuse you. That's what I'm getting. So now I want to look at your focus of the month. What is it that you need to focus on? Focus of the month for Cancer. I have Two of Swords, and in this you can literally see her focus on the bullseye. And the Two of Swords, I see this as a card where a decision needs to be made. So what is the decision that you really need to make? And you are encouraged, like you need to make this decision fast, but it doesn't mean that you have to be impulsive about it. You can actually think about things in a logical way. We do have Two Swords cards here, so you are encouraged to look at it in a very logical way and not, I'm just putting my dog away because he wants to leave, and not necessarily in an overly emotional way, which is something that Cancer can tend to do. Now let's look at, what was the next one? Goals to create. What goals do you need to create, Cancer? For either for the month or upcoming months or the year. What goals? Like resolutions. Changing your mindset. We have the Five of Cups, which is a card of pessimism. They're focusing on these empty cups here when there are two cups and a whole feast and buffet on the table right behind them. So working on your mindset. Not being as pessimistic. Don't think that the world is out to get you. That sort of energy is what I'm getting here. Let's see what else. What other goal can you create, Cancer? I have Six of Pentacles. This is a card of giving and receiving, paying forward. So if people have previously been very, very generous to you, is there some way that you can sort of give back or give forward? And I also have the Ace of Wands, giving into inspiration, letting inspiration strike, and finding a way to feel passionate about life again. What is it that you feel passionate about? And create some goals around that. Maybe that's, if you don't know what you're passionate about, if you don't really have a lot of hobbies yet, maybe just try out some things. Let me grab my Sacred Self-Care Oracle, because sometimes we can see some really great self-care prompts in here that can indicate maybe what you are passionate about or any place where you can find that. So let me see what we can get here. I have family, some more family time, and luckily the holidays are coming up. I really hope many of you can find a way to find time and a place to be with your family. I would really love that for you, especially as a Cancer sign. I feel like you are very family oriented. And I also have Burning Bowl Ritual. This is about releasing things. Like this is something that I see like in movies, and I have definitely done it before, when you leave a toxic relationship and you just burn like things that you got from them or whatever, like papers or something. I even burned all of the homework that I had to do after I was done after I was done with high school. So that is something else, something to do with releasing. But I want to see if I can get a card like, where could you find your passion? Where can you find your passion in? Watch a movie. Maybe you will get inspired by watching a movie. Maybe that is something that you find a passion in. Like maybe you are inspired by something that happens in a movie, or you just find movies fun and inspiring in general. Maybe watch a movie with your family, with the people that you love. So Cancer, that is your January reading for you. I really hope it resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments down below how it resonated with you. I'd love to hear that. If you want to see more pick a card readings, definitely subscribe to this channel, because I do them all the time. And if you want to book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me, you can do so through the link in the description box below. But for now, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi Leo, and welcome to your January reading. I am taking the Everyday Witch Tarot deck. let's look at your current energy. What are you feeling right now, Leo? What is the energy around you? I have the Six of Pentacles. Either you are in a very giving mood. Yeah, I think most of you are in a very giving, very generous mood. I have the Page of Wands, which is more curiosity, trying to find a new path to go on. That is what I personally associate with the Page of Wands. Let me see what I have in my notes here. Page of Wands is about curiosity, limitless potential. Like, you are going into this new year knowing that it could mean a lot of new opportunities for you. And not just opportunities just to do things, but also to sort of give back. I think you have been in a generous mood lately. And I think that you will see a lot of potential, a lot of opportunities in the new year regarding your career, your passions, your hobbies, that is what I'm getting. So let's see. Oh, I want to use a different deck for this. The theme of the month. I'm using my Pure Magic Oracle cards. What is the theme of the month for Leo? I have ancestors, family, survival, death, worship. So what I see here, the first one is family, because that is what I'm thinking when I think of ancestors. I don't even know how to pronounce that correctly. English is not my first language. But you might be wanting to focus a little bit more attention towards your family. Is there anybody in your family who has passed that you not necessarily need to worship, because we think of ancestors, but maybe you want to contact them? Do you do tarot or some other form of divination? Then you might be encouraged to sort of reach out to them, maybe for guidance, maybe just for support, for anything. Or you want to find some support with the family that's still living and breathing on this earth. Yeah, that is what I'm getting, what I'm mostly getting here, is focusing on family for the theme of the January. And then I am going nuts because I pull this card all the time. And this is a card, Banyan Blessings, security, the Hermit, expansion, stability. So working towards more stability, working towards more security, that is something that you really are craving, and that you either are getting in January or you are very much working towards it. It's also a card, we have the Hermit, it's a card of looking within, taking a little rest. Yeah, so that is what I'm getting for the theme of the month. Now let's look at the focus of the month. Going back to the tarot deck, what is going to be the focus of the month for you? We have the King of Cups and I have the Death card. So let me show you. The Death card is a card of, if it won't reflect, the Death card is a card of rebirth, of change, of transformation. We do usually see getting into the new year as transformative. So it's not really weird that that is there, but I think you are encouraged to look at what ways can this month or this new year transform you and your life. Like, what is it that you want to change, and sort of keep that in mind for the upcoming month. And then the King of Cups. The King of Cups is somebody who's very much in charge of their own emotions, and that is going to be your focus for the month. Is there a certain emotion that you have been feeling a lot? Like, have you been feeling very anxious? Have you been feeling sad? What is the word? Insecure, sort of? What is it that you've been really feeling lately? And find out where that emotion is coming from, and try not necessarily to get it under control, but to get it to know a little bit better. Why are you feeling that? When do you notice that emotion is coming up? And kind of work with that, sit with it. Now I want to look at what goals can you set for the new year. So like, think resolutions for Leo. I have Page of Cups, creativity. You can literally see them making a painting here. So what is a way that you would love to be creative? Like, you can create art or something like that, but be creative in some sort of way. And then here I have the Two of Cups, focusing on your relationships. What goals can you set regarding your relationships? Are you single? Would you like to put more energy into finding a significant other? Do you already are you already in a relationship? What can you do to make that connection deeper. If you are not in a romantic relationship and you do not want to be there in one, what can you do to deepen the connections with the people that you currently have in your life that you find important? I think those are goals that you can set regarding your relationships, creativity. Let's see what else I can get for you here in my notes. I think with the Two of Cups I said everything that I wanted to say. And then with the Page of Cups is it, by the way. 2 cups. That's interesting. That's sort of what I'm getting. Artistic, creativity. Yeah, that is it. So now I want to pull some self-care prompts from my Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck, because I love this deck and I love implementing self-care as often as possible in my readings. So Leo, I have drink tea, and you can simply drink tea while you're doing something else, or you can focus on drinking tea in a moment as an activity. You can experiment with different herbs to make tea with, but definitely look them up to see if they're safe before you just go ahead and drink them. And then I have chanting, which is has to do with meditation, so as well as your chakra. So it's like a combination of meditation while focusing on a chakra and doing the chants with your chakra. Whenever I get this card, I also always want to show you what chants correspond with every chakra. So here you go. This is a list of the chakras and the mantra that you can chant while meditating, if that is something that you are into. So Leo, this was your reading. I really hope you resonated with it, and I would love to hear in the comments down below how you resonated with it. What else? If you want to book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me, you can do so through the link in the description box below. And yeah, thank you just so much for watching, and I really hope to see you next time. Hi Virgo, and welcome to your January reading. First, we are gonna look at your current energy. So what is the current energy around you, Virgo? Current energy around you. I have the Fool. I feel like it's very un-Virgo-like. Are you okay? Because the Fool is a card of naivety, of taking risks. And that is something that I personally do not associate with Virgo. I see Virgo as knowing their value, knowing what they're good at, not necessarily not ever taking risks, but like taking very calculated risks. Like they have thought about it very long and hard. They have weighed their pros and cons. That is what I see with Virgo. So I'm very surprised to see this. Let me pull another card for you. So like I said, the Fool is a card of naivety, but not necessarily in a bad way. I see the Fool with naivety as fun-spirited, free-spirited. I also have the 8 of Wands. This is momentum. Like what is happening in your life right now that seems to be going really fast, that maybe you haven't even had the time to stop and think about it. Maybe the Fool card in this case, because I am thinking about it in a Virgo way. Maybe I should not do that, but I do. I am doing that. Maybe the Fool is like almost a warning to, even though things are going really fast and things are taking up and being very fast paced, you're encouraged to still not take huge risks and to think about things for a little bit. Let me see what I have in my notes here. Because the Fool, usually I do see it as a risk, but it can also indicate new beginnings, taking a leap of faith, which is something that Virgo might find a little bit hard to do, but you are encouraged to take a little bit of a leap of faith and to encourage yourself to dream a little bit more. I feel like Virgo, you are an earth sign. Most of you are very much down to earth and you believe in what you can see. But what about what you feel? I'm not saying that Virgo can't feel, because I do think that they are very nurturing. They're a very nurturing sign, they are associated with the 6th house of health and healing. So I definitely think that Virgo, you are natural healers in some way. But yeah, the Fool, But it's interesting because this is your current energy. Virgo, you are taking me, I don't know where you're taking me, but I'm confused because the Fool is about being very open-minded, daring to be a dreamer and being carefree. That is what the Fool is about. You know what? We're just gonna be moving on because I am not making sense of it, but I hope that it is making sense to you. I hope you are feeling great and that the Fool, the energy around the Fool is making you feel great. So let me take my Pure Magic Oracle cards and look at the theme of this month for you. Theme of the month for you. I have ancestors. It's going to be really important for you to take some time to focus on family. We have a lot of keywords here, but for this card in particular, I like to see it as a family card, focusing on your family, on the people who you regard as family. It doesn't always have to be like actual family that you are related to. Then I also have Oceans, Muse, Waters, Wisdom, Intuition, Hermit's Light, Discovery. Allow yourself to be guided by intuition. So that is something that the Fool can indicate, that you are willing to take a risk, that you are willing to let go a little bit and to listen to your intuition. Let me show you the cards because these cards are always really, really pretty. Yeah, you are encouraged to listen more to your intuition. We have Hermit's Light. I think that's so interesting. Discovery. There might be some things that you are gonna discover, but it's about the thing. I don't know if it's something that you expect to discover, because I do think that the Fool, it is associated with Uranus, and that is also associated with like unexpected changes, unexpected, in this case, discoveries. So that's very interesting. Like, you are taking, is this saying in English, you are taking me for a loop? Is that the expression? English is not my first language. But if it is an expression, then the way the cards are taking me for a loop, you are also going to be taken for a loop in January. That's going to sound really weird if taking for a loop is not an expression in English. So let's look at focus of the month for you, Virgo. What focus of the month do we have? The Chariot. This is a card of determination, of motivation, of going places, of taking control. That is what I'm seeing here. So for when we see this as a focus, I'm thinking, what are you really driven to do? Because a Chariot is about our drive, our willpower, our will, our drive to succeed, to take action. January, you're not going to sit still. We have the Fool card, we have the Eight of Wands, a card of momentum, of speed, of going, of action. We have the Chariot of action, success, willpower, drive. So you're not going to sit still in January. Things are going to happen. Yeah, things are going to happen for you. And I have Six of Cups. Oh, I always love the Six of Cups. This always slows me down a little bit because the Six of Cups is a card of children, your childhood, connecting with your childhood, looking back at your childhood. So what is it about your childhood that you learned, that you can either reflect on for the month of January, that you can learn from for the month of January? All of those things is what I'm feeling. Let me see if I missed anything with the Six of Cups. Yeah, it's about reflection, about reflecting on your childhood, reflecting on maybe even just your past life, and that can be a focus on, or past life, past year. I mean, if you can reflect on your past life, definitely do so. I cannot. But reflect on the last year. What is it that you've learned in the last year? That what lessons are you taking from the last year that you can take into the new year, or at least in this month? And that is something that you can look at this month. I do have a reading up for the 2022 prediction reading, where I also talk about lessons learned, things that you've learned in the previous year that you can take to the next year. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. I'll link it down below. Let's now look at goals to create. What are some goals that you can create? Think like resolutions, that kind of idea. I have 7 of Wands, defending your boundaries and setting up some boundaries. Are people constantly like either attacking you? Try to find a way to either detach yourself from that, like, but also know like what is just hate, what is just mean-spirited, and what is meant as feedback to help you get further. Like, set up your boundaries, but don't be mean about them, but be consistent in them is the word that I'm thinking. I hope that makes sense for you. Like goals having to do with boundaries, and you can see that in so many different ways. You have to set up boundaries for yourself, for your mental health, like what you are doing yourself, your own actions, but also with other people towards you, what they say, how they take away your time, all of that stuff is important. And I have the 5 of Cups. I've been drawing this card a lot for this video. But the 5 of Cups is, to me, when I look at it as a goal to create, is find a way to shift your mindset. Like, is there a way that you can shift your mindset into a little bit more like the Fool? Like, allow yourself to take a little bit of risk. Allow yourself to look at the world as if there were no barriers, as if there were no boundaries. But also, with that, still set up your own boundaries. I hope that makes sense. I also just pulled this card. The Strength card. I love this card. It's one of my favorites. But the Strength card is about, to me, is about inner strength. So how can you build up your inner strength? And I think this goes very much hand in hand with setting up your own boundaries, knowing your own worth, knowing your strength, taking control of yourself, and knowing, yeah, again, knowing what you're worth. Very much being aware of your self-worth. And now I want to pull some cards from my Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck, because I love implementing self-care in as many readings as I can. Let's see. I have Rest. Take a little bit of a breather. Like, things are going to happen. You're not going to sit still in the month of January, but that doesn't mean that you cannot rest. So go to bed at an appropriate time. I don't know why my eye is itchy, but go to bed at an appropriate time. Take some rest, like with some family time. We already drew the family card. Make an altar. This is something very specific to people who are into like witchcraft and that sort of practice, or just connecting to nature. When I think of altar, I think of respecting and working with the energies and the elements. So with air, you can think of incense. You can think of, I have a bell. I got that in a new subscription, or like I have been subscribed for a little bit, but the new box, like the December box, was about making an altar, and I got a little bell. So cool. And this is associated with the element of air. And what else? Fire, you can burn a candle, or you can also use incense for fire. With earth, you can think crystals, or you can literally take some dirt or earth or something like from your backyard, or from a place that is special to you in nature. You can use twigs and all of that. And then for cups, you have, of course, like some water, or like a beautiful cup that you have. You can take some ocean water, water from a lake that is special to you. There are a lot of ways that you can implement water into your practice. But for anybody who isn't really into witchcraft, let's see what other self-care prompts I can get for you. Like a mundane one. Make a meal. Take care of yourself. Like Virgo is a very healing sign. Like, you are natural healers, the healers of the Zodiac, so to speak. But are you being healing towards yourself as well? Or are you just always trying to help others? But like, make a healthy meal for you. And what is this? This is all plant-based. Love to see that, because I am vegan. So I would always recommend you eat plant-based as much as possible, at least. So Virgo, this was your reading. I really hope it resonated with you, and I would love to hear in the comments down below how it resonated with you. If you want to book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me, you can do so through the link in the description box below. For now, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi Libra, and welcome to your monthly reading for the month of January right now. So I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot deck, and let's first see what your current energy is. I have the Moon. This is not the first time that I have drawn this card for a reading for this video. So I feel like maybe a lot of us are having very intense dreams right now, because the Moon is associated with represents our subconscious. It represents any illusions, any things that we might be thinking are going on, but we are actually kind of confused about it. Then I also have the Five of Swords, and you can tell here this is where one person is trying to win at all costs, but there are also, in this case, two victims that seem to be losing or not be happy overall. So I don't know if you are in the place of like this person who is trying to win at all costs and disregarding other people's emotions, or if you are at this side and somebody actually did that to you. So let me see if I can get one more card, see how I can put this together. And it is the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I think that in the past you haven't always been the nicest maybe to people, which is interesting because Libra is a sign that I usually associate with, or that I usually see as really wanting to be kind at all times and really wanting to be liked at all times is it most of all. So maybe you have been manipulated a little bit by some people, and recently you've been trying to be kinder again, as not just to other people but also to yourself. You've been trying to be a little bit kinder to yourself again and to have a little bit more compassion for yourself. That is what I'm seeing here in your current energy. So now I'm gonna grab my Pure Magic Oracle deck to look at what the theme of the month of January is gonna be for Libra. I have mantra, medicine, command, song, incantation, containment. I had to think about this for a little bit, what this means, but this is what the card looks like. I really, really like the imagery on these cards. So when we look at the theme of this month, I'm actually gonna look this up because I'm quite new with working with this deck, and some of these are really straightforward to what they mean. Let's see. Yeah, it's more about speaking. So I think you're gonna start speaking your truth a little bit more, which when I think of Libra, like I said, I think of wanting to be liked. So maybe you will keep some truths usually, or some of your thoughts, some of your opinions to yourself, but I think you are encouraged to, in kindness, share some more of your own opinion and to let others hear you a little bit more often. That is, I think, what I'm getting here, because the first sentence is: the power of the spoken word is one of the earliest forms of natural magic, and yet not all who speak can master this divine gift. So it says command, song, incantation. Those are all things that you speak, that come out of your throat, I guess. Yeah. It also says mantra medicine. So maybe if you have been having a hard time with certain things in your life, maybe create some sort of mantra that you can repeat for yourself. Whether that, I think for most of you, it will have to be with kindness and compassion towards yourself. So create sort of a mantra where you allow yourself to be kind to yourself. So let's see another card for the theme. I have Raising Winds Magical Release, Calling Intention Stronghold. Some of these cards are really, really cryptic, to be fair. And I also overturned this one. Vervain Everlasting, Spellbound, Soul Alignment, Release, Protection. So I have two cards with release. So I think what is gonna be the theme of the month for January for you, Libra, is sort of letting go of any restraints that you are feeling regarding allowing yourself to speak. So you should allow yourself to speak more often, to tell people your opinion more often. That is what I am getting here. So let's look at the focus of the month for you. What is going to be your focus, Libra? I have the Hierophant, and I really like that with this one. You can see that either you are the teacher, so in this case a yoga or meditation spiritual teacher, or you are taking a spiritual or meditation or yoga class. So whichever one you want to do, I think you are going to be the one attending the class in this case. So your focus could be to try and find a mentor, because that is what the Hierophant is. The Hierophant is a mentor. It's a spiritual mentor, a spiritual leader that can help guide you. And you can find that in so many ways. Like I said, you can try and find somebody who you really like, who does meditations, who creates guided meditations. You can, what else do we have? Like a yoga class. You can follow a yoga class. You can, I don't know, start to learn something. If you want to learn tarot or something else regarding divination or spirituality, then you can find a course or training, or just a YouTuber who you really enjoy who can teach you all of that stuff. You can book a tarot reading with somebody. Those are all forms of guidance, of mentor spirituality, you know? So that is going to be one of your focuses for January. Let's see. And I'm naming a lot because I don't know you personally, I don't know your life, and one of these might really, really call to you and some others might not. The other one, we have another major arcana card. This is the Magician. And the Magician is a card of using all of your resources, knowing that you have it in you to take action. So we haven't really looked at, we have looked at mostly energies and sort of general things, but not really specific. So I'm not really sure what it is that you need to take action on, but I think that you might know that yourself, that there is something that you've really been wanting to do, or you've been procrastinating, and this is your sign to take action because you have it in you. Don't be insecure about it. Know that you have the knowledge, know that you have the strength, the talent, and utilize those to make it happen and to take action. So now I want to look at what goals to create. So think like resolutions. I have Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is a card of commitment, of relationships, partnerships. So I would say if you currently are not in a relationship and you would like to be, or you are sort of looking, go look more actively and try to go on dates and everything, if that is something that it's possible to do in your current location regarding everything that's happening in the world right now. Or just try to connect with more people. I think that is the overall goal, not just for the next month, but for the overall year, to create more meaningful connections with people. So either deepen the connections of people that you already know and have in your life, or when you meet more new people, to make sure that they are a right fit for you and your life, and that they should actually be in your life, you know? So let me see if I can get one more card for goals to create. And I have Queen of Swords. Let your voice be heard more often and speak your truth, be honest. And I don't know, sometimes the Queen of Swords can also indicate being unbiased. So when there are maybe things, conflicts, anything going on around you, that you try to be more unbiased. But I think the most important thing to take away from the Queen of Swords is to be more honest and to speak your truth and to let your voice be heard more often. So now I want to pull a card from my Sacred Self-Care Oracle, because I always want to implement more self-care in all of my tarot readings. So let's go. This is Make an Altar. So what you can do with this one, I also showed this for the Virgo reading. But what did I want to say? An altar to me is representing all the elements. That is what it is to me. I don't know what it is, but I am having trouble speaking. Anyway, representing the elements. So you can represent air with incense or with a bell or with sound of some sort, a sound bowl. You can represent fire with a candle or incense as well. Earth you can represent with crystals or with literal like dirt from your backyard or a plant, a flower, anything like that. And you can represent water with a cup or a bowl of water. So yeah, I think making an altar is really great. So how that can help you with self-care by balancing, connecting to all of the elements. For some of these you actually have to go out and find something maybe. So that's really fun. Let's do another one, another self-care prompt. This is a burning bowl ritual, so we can come back to that releasing. So what is it that you need to release? And that is what is intended with the burning bowl ritual. You're trying to let go of some things, either that have hurt you in the past, that you want to release, that you no longer want to take with you, releasing any baggage. So Libra, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments down below how you resonated with this. You can also book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me through the link in the description box below. For now, just thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you next time. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your monthly reading. This time for the month of January, I am using my Everyday Witch Tarot deck. So let's get into your current energy. What is your current energy? I have the 10 of Pentacles. So many of you might be in a place where you are really happy, really content regarding your career, regarding your finances, because that is what the 10 of Pentacles is. It's about being happy in your career and your finances, having found that stability, or just having found that stability where you can work towards happiness and satisfaction in your career and finances. So let's see what else we have. The current energy of Scorpio. I have the 4 of Pentacles, feeling a little bit protective of what you have. So you have worked very hard to have what you have, and you might be afraid that people either want to take it from you or are going to ask you for a lot of favors, or maybe people have been asking you for a lot of favors and you just don't feel like giving any more favors out anymore, which is totally valid. And I have the Page of Wands. This is about curiosity, about creativity. Yeah, that is what I see with the Page of Wands. Curiosity, wanting to sort of go out there, wanting to experiment, wanting to do things. So you are definitely in a place where you are content in some ways, but you also are sort of like something is bubbling inside of you where you want more, but you're not really sure what that more is. So let's take a look at my Pure Magic Oracle deck for some themes for the month of January. Like, what is the month of January theme for Scorpio? I have Baraka, Power, Strength, Force, Expansion. So when I think of expansion, I think of doing more, especially with what we just saw with the Page of Wands. For your current energy, you're trying to expand, you're wanting to do a little bit more, and that is what I see in the Baraka card. Finding your inner strength, or like not necessarily just finding your inner strength, but just finding out what are your strengths, what are your talents, what is it what you're good at, and to use that passion as your strength, as your power, to expand a little bit more. That is what I'm seeing with this card. Let's see what else I can get for you. I have Telekinesis, Influence, Willpower, Control, Obstacles. I don't know why. Like, this is an air element card, but I can totally see this working for you, Scorpio, even though you are a water sign, because Scorpio energy is so intense, and so is the energy from this card. Telekinesis is like psychic powers. That is something that I very strongly associate with both Scorpio and Pisces. But it says influence, so you know that you have influence over other people. You know that other people look up to you. We have willpower, is something that once you have the willpower to do something, you will go hard for that. Control, you want control over things. You are somebody who needs to feel like they are in control because you don't like other people having control over you, because you know that you are the one who knows best. And you know that when you are in control, things will happen and they will happen correctly. And those are things that like, this is the theme of the month. So I am thinking that these are all things that either you're going to struggle with or you're going to learn, or that is just something that's really important, that you need to have more control over what is happening. And it also says the keyword obstacles. And I feel like a Scorpio, just when there are obstacles, they like, I want to say like they run them down, but that's more like Aries energy. Though both of you are traditionally ruled by Mars, but I feel like Scorpio is like gonna like go around it or like either underneath it. I don't know why, I'm just thinking that. It's not really important. But let's go to the focus of the month. What is gonna be your focus? What are you gonna focus on? I have the Sun card and the Death card. So the Death card is associated with Scorpio, so again, really intense Scorpio energy. And it also is about transformation, about change. And then we have the Sun card. My dog is just gonna sit on my lap again. And then we have the Sun card regarding optimism, being your authentic self. So maybe you haven't really been feeling your authentic self with some people, and you are really encouraged to be more of your authentic self. I actually want to pull another card because sometimes I feel like it's not, like the Death card and the Sun card can be really broad. I also have the Queen of Wands, stepping into your own power. That is going to be your focus of the month for Scorpio. And like stepping into your power, Scorpio have a lot of power. And I don't know if that is something that you still have to recognize, if that is something you still have to find out about yourself. But I think in the month of January, you're going to come a lot closer, and that is something that you are encouraged to actively work on. So now I want to look at what goals to create. So think like resolutions for the new year. I have the Fool. Do you allow yourself to take some risks? Do you feel like you are a free spirit? If not, you are definitely encouraged to be more free-spirited, to see more of your potential, to take a little bit more risks and see like what is it that you would like, what area in your life would you like to take more risks in? What area in your life would you like to be a little bit more free-spirited, and kind of create some sort of resolution around that. So let's see what else I can get for you. Oh, I have the Justice card. Are you somebody who, when somebody like wrongs you or you feel like they wrong you, are you somebody who takes revenge? Because with the Justice card, I feel like what your resolution should be is to trust more in karma and in divine consequences. Because I feel like you are somebody who, when somebody does you wrong, you want to like either like knock on their door and tell them off like badly, or you like there's just some sort of revenge that you would like, that you tend to want to go to. And I think that a resolution for you, a goal that you can set for yourself, is when something happens to you or when somebody does something to you, that you shouldn't do it in like an aggressive revenge way, but let karma, let the justice system have trust in that. That is what I'm feeling. Now I want to grab a self-care prompt from my Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. Ooh, okay, I got one here. This is a look to the stars. So if you are into astrology, definitely like look up your birth chart, look up the current charts and transits. I'll link in the description box below a place where you can actually calculate your birth chart. I always do that with these zodiac readings, so you can find out about your sun, moon and rising. Yeah, and then another card that I drew is intuition. So listening to your intuition. Like not all of these are like necessarily self-care prompts, but I think listening to your intuition, strengthening your intuition, whether it is through tarot, another sort of divination tool, or meditation, maybe even maybe find some sort of guided meditation that strengthens your intuition. That could be really cool. So yeah, Scorpio, that is your reading for the month of January. Really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments down below how you resonated with it. Would love to hear from you. If you want to book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me, you can do so through the link in the description box below. And if you want to see more videos on tarot, pick a card, all that kind of stuff, subscribe to this channel because I would love to have you here. But for now, I just want to thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you next time. Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your monthly reading for January. I have the Everyday Witch Tarot deck, so let's tune into your current energy. I have the Two of Wands. You're very much in a place where you are searching. I'm not saying that you're not happy where you are right now, but I feel like Sagittarius, with that fire energy, you are always sort of moving. You're always looking for the next thing. I'm not saying, like, again, I'm not saying that you're not satisfied with where you are right now. Some of you might not be satisfied with where you are right now, but some of you might just be looking for the next thing. Like, what is the next thing that you can do? Very much looking for something that you are motivated by. With the Chariot, it indicates motivation. It represents your drive to success, wanting to control stuff. So I think that you are looking for a new thing that motivates you, because you are somebody who's incredibly driven by motivation, which sounds weird, but how do I want to say it? No, I think it sounds right. You are incredibly driven by motivation. So once you are doing something that you're like, I'm not sure, then it kind of tumbles down from there and you are looking for the next best thing. So let's look at the theme of the month for January with my Pure Magic Oracle deck. So let's see. Theme of the month. I have Secret Seances. It says Spirit World, Messages, Assistance, Memories. So when you do a seance, you contact the divine, or you contact maybe your ancestors. I cannot pronounce that word. Ancestors. I cannot pronounce that word. I'm sorry. But you contact the spirit world and you're looking for messages. So in the month of January, like I said, you are very much looking for something new, for something else, because you like that experience. You like the adventure that comes with that. And you are looking for messages, in this case, from the divine. So whether it is through a tarot reading like this one, like a pick card reading, you can also book a tarot reading with a tarot reader. If you would like to book a reading with me, links are always in the description down below. But you are needing some assistance for which way you want to go. Sorry, my dog is distracting me. He's in my lap. Let me grab another card for you for the theme of January. The word that I cannot pronounce is on this card as the main keyword. Ancestor, I don't know. Family is going to be super important for you for the month of January, and that's going to be your main theme. Just family and focusing on your family is going to be really important for you for the month of January. That is also a keyword that it says here on the card. It says family, double focus. It also says family. So let's go back to the tarot and see what your focus of the month is going to be. So what is your focus of the month going to be? I have the Four of Swords. Take a rest. Like, winter break is coming. A lot of us might be already on winter break. I mean, I'm a student, I get winter break, and I'm a teacher, I get a winter break. But some of you might not get a winter break, and I think that you are very much encouraged with the Four of Swords to take a rest, to kind of try and lift some weight off of your shoulders. Like, sometimes our shoulders get sort of stuck. Like, I'm feeling it right now. Shoulders are stuck, you're feeling tense, and you are encouraged to find a way to release some of that tension through meditation, through just taking a rest, making sure that you sleep enough. Like, I'm not trying to come at you, but I feel like some of you might not get enough sleep, and that's not healthy. So let me get one more card for the focus of the month for you. I have the Ten of Cups, this is also a family card focus on your family and not just the actual people who you are related to if you don't have a close bond with your actual family. But I feel like most of you do. But focus on people who you have a deep connection with, people who you truly love, and focus some time on your family. Now I want to look at what goals to create. And when it comes to this, I'm thinking like New Year's resolutions, that kind of stuff. I am getting the moon card in so many readings, but the moon card is about our subconscious. I often see it as a dream card as well. So if you are somebody who would like to do more, connect more to their spirituality, to things like that, to your subconscious, maybe you are encouraged to sort of keep a dream journal. Or do you have very vivid dreams that you feel like could mean something, but you don't really keep track of it? Maybe you are encouraged to start keeping track of your dreams and to find out what messages are hidden in your dreams. That actually is really great connection with this card that we had earlier with like messages and spirit world, because when we are sleeping and when we are dreaming, it's our subconscious, and I feel like our ancestors and our spirit guides can very easily contact us and leave messages within our dreams. Let me grab one more card for goals to set. I have High Priestess. I love this card so much because you actually see a witch or a diviner, divinator, whatever, doing divination, tarot, crystal ball reading. There's runes here, looking for messages, contacting the spirit world. And also this card wanted to move. So like when we look at goals, maybe you want to learn how to read the tarot, or you want to connect to the divine, to like divine guidance a little more in the next year. I think that is something really cool. And then with the Wheel for we have three major arcana cards for the goals, for the resolutions. So that makes me think that you have, or either have a lot of main big goals that you want to achieve, or there is a lot of potential for big things to happen to you. Anyway, the Wheel of Fortune is divine timing. So I have said the word divine or spirits a lot in your reading, because I think that it's going to be really important for you, not just the next month, but it's going to be really important for you for the next year. So trust in divine timing. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of luck. I would definitely encourage you to start manifesting, so you really know what it is that you want to achieve, that you want to do. Now I just want to pull some cards from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. This is like self-care prompts and stuff. So let's see, Sagittarius. I have plan a vacation. Sagittarius love to travel, they love adventure, so you are definitely encouraged to sort of go out there and do something, as well as spend time with friends. So yeah, that one kind of speaks for itself. Like you're already encouraged to spend time with family. What are they doing here? They're actually pulling tarot cards. Like how awesome is that? Like having a friend group with whom you can pull tarot cards and stuff. That's the dream, man. Anyway, Sagittarius, that is your reading for the month of January for you. I really hope it resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments down below how it resonated with you. And if you want to book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me, you can do so through the link in the description box below. If you want to see more pick a card readings, all that kind of stuff, definitely subscribe to this channel, because I would love to have you here, and I do those videos all the time. For now, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi Capricorn, welcome to your monthly reading for the month of January. Wow, I've said it a million times before this video, but apparently for you I had to think a little bit. Anyway, I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot deck, really cute, for this reading, for this video. Let's tune into your current energy, Capricorn. I have the Knight of Wands. You are looking for an adventure. The Knight of Wands is a card of adventure, of exploration, of going out there and trying, traveling, being bold, being brave. That is the sort of energy. So the Knight of Wands is associated astrologically with Sagittarius. So maybe you are a Capricorn, Sag, cusp, but anyway, maybe not at all, but that is the energy that is in this card. Really travel, being bold, being brave. So that is something that maybe you haven't really been doing a lot or haven't done a lot in your life at all, but that is something that you're really interested in doing. So I also have the card of the Tower. And the Tower is like a breaking, bold moment, a change, an unexpected change. That is totally out of your control, and maybe this change has recently happened and that is why it is in your current energy. That is something that you're still carrying with you, and maybe this current change, this current shift in your life has made it possible for you to actually explore, go out there, go on an adventure, and that is something that you would really like to do, but maybe you are a little bit afraid of, but that is definitely something that is on your mind. So let me get my Pure Magic Oracle deck for the theme of the month. I have, I don't know how to pronounce this, Sylphs. It says peace, agent of change, impact, importance. You want to do something that has impact. You want to do something that is important, but also something that is a change from what you are currently doing. And I also have oceans, muse, waters, wisdom, intuition, hermit's light, discovery. So discovering new things, going out there, experimentation. That is what I associate with discovery. What else do we have? Intuition. So listening to your intuition, trusting your intuition. And your intuition is like your gut feeling. So if you feel like in your gut you really want to go out there and explore, then that is the best thing for you to do. And that is gonna tie into your theme for the month of January and what the month of January is all about. So now I want to look at the focus of the month. Like, what do you have to focus on? Like, any actions? I have the Five of Pentacles. This is a card of struggling. So yeah, some of you might be struggling right now after this change, after this shift. Some of you might be struggling, like whether that is mentally or in this card, it usually indicates financial struggles. Here I have the Seven of Wands, defending your boundaries. That is going to be very much a focus for you. Defending your boundaries, defending yourself, holding your ground, staying true to your principles, to your ideals. But I also have the Four of Wands, which is celebrating a milestone. Like this shift that is happening, that maybe already has happened, it's gonna bring changes with them. But it's also a milestone, because from here you can do so many things, and I think that you are definitely encouraged to look at that, at what it is that you can, what else that it is that you can do. So let's look at the goals that you can create for yourself. So I'm thinking like New Year's resolutions. I have Six of Wands. So your goal is to be more proud of what you have achieved, and to, I think, really stand still, take a moment to celebrate your milestones and to celebrate yourself and your achievements, because I don't know how old you are, but you probably have already done so much that you can be proud of. I also have the Knight of Swords. Taking action. So you might be somebody, because you are an earth sign, you might be somebody who tends to be get very comfortable with where they are and not want to change much. But the Knight of Swords is a card of change, and it is a card of impulsiveness. I also have the Eight of Swords, feeling restricted. So what is it that you can do to free yourself from any restrictions? Maybe you have recently been freed from any restrictions. I don't know your life, but with the Tower moment, that might be the case. Yeah, what is it that what restrictions do you feel that are currently in your life? And what is it that you can do? What goals can you set? What resolutions can you create to overcome those restrictions? Now I just want to pull a card for my Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck for a self-care prompt. Let's see, I have spent time with friends. I really like this card. Look at this friend group all doing tarot readings together and stuff. Really fun, but that really speaks for itself. Spend some time with friends. They need you, you need them. And I have plan a vacation. I have drawn this card for a couple of people before, so Maybe a bunch of you are all going on a group trip together. That's fun. Please invite me. Anyway, plan a vacation. It tells me that you need to go out. It doesn't have to be like an actual vacation. It can be just a trip, whether it is for a day or for half a day or for a week or for a month. I don't know your life. I don't know you. But just you need to get out for a little bit. So, and that is definitely the energy that I feel around you. You want to sort of get out there and do stuff. So Capricorn, this was your reading for the month of January. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments down below how it resonated with you. If you want to book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me, you can do so through the link in the description box below. And I put out pick a card readings all the time on this channel, so definitely subscribe if you want to see more of that, because I would love to have you here. For now, just thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi Aquarius, welcome to your monthly reading for the month of January. Let's look at your current energy. What energy is currently around you, Aquarius? I have the Three of Wands, so you really have found your path and you really know where you want to go, and you are following that path. I do think that, because we are reading your current energy. So you have found your path, whether that is for your career, for a passion, for a hobby, for your relationship, for friendships, or just generally where your life is going right now. You feel like you are on the right track. And I have the Ace of Cups. This indicates new feeling. Let me show you the Three of Wands as well. And the Ace of Cups is about or represents new love, new emotions, new feelings coming into your life. So you can see that as maybe you have met somebody who you are really connecting with, who you feel like you have an emotional connection with, or you are finally starting to get an emotional connection to yourself. So this can indicate self-love as well, and that is such an important part of love that I feel like is often overlooked. So let's look at the Pure Magic Oracle deck to look at the theme of next month for you, Aquarius. What's going to be your next month's theme? I have Hidden Familiars, Allies, Natural Assistance, Divine Support, Comfort. So is there a certain animal that has been that not necessarily has been following you a lot? That wouldn't be great, but that you see pop up a lot. Some people see butterflies a lot, that indicate transformation. Some people have a lot of, like, it sounds weird, have a lot of flies around them, but come across a lot of flies or some other sort of animal that has a spiritual meaning. If there is, definitely pause this video and go Google it real quick so you know what the spiritual meaning of that is. But that could be like a hidden familiar. That is something that I'm not too familiar with what that all means, but it's like it says as a keyword on this card, natural assistance, so as well as divine support. So sometimes, like, I am sort of on two sides with this, because sometimes we really want to see something magical where there is something mundane, but sometimes we see something mundane that we think is mundane, but it's actually magical. I personally really like to see more of the magical in things than the mundane. I don't know what it is about you. I don't know what Aquarius would be more like. I don't know, I think they'd be pretty divided in that too. Anyway, divine support is going to be an important theme for you for the next month. Really looking to spirituality and divine support through divination, through tarot, runes, astrology, all of that kind of stuff. Oh, I also have Hallowed Heart. It says veneration, I don't know what that means, sensuality, gentleness, nakedness. So being vulnerable. Whether that is being vulnerable to yourself, being vulnerable towards others, is going to be a theme of the next month. And that is not something that Aquarius are generally very comfortable with being vulnerable. That Aquarius are not comfortable with being vulnerable. What a stupid word. Vulnerable. Anyway, English is not my first language, if you couldn't tell yet. But I also think that you should be very gentle with yourself. We had that Ace of Cups. I think for many of you that indicates new self-love coming in, and to really embrace that self-love, we have to open ourselves up to that. So we have to be vulnerable for that. I now don't like that word just because I cannot pronounce it. Let's look at the focus of the month for Aquarius. Let's look at the focus of the month. I have the Queen of Cups, being more kind, being more gentle towards yourself, towards others. Is definitely a card of nurture, of kindness, of compassion. And here I have the Eight of Wands. When I look at the Eight of Wands as a focus, because this is going with momentum. So if there's anything that is happening for you, and we have the Three of Wands, so definitely looks like you are on the right path. The Eight of Wands can either indicate some extra momentum coming to that, or like coming onto that, or just an encouragement that you should roll with it and you are on the right path and you'll know what to do because you're on the right path. Now let's look at what goals to create. So think like New Year's resolutions, because that is what January is all about to me. I have the Justice card and I have the Six of Wands. Okay. So the Justice card tells me that you need to trust more in divine karma, in consequences. Divine consequences is what you need to trust more in, the justice system. And then we have the Six of Wands, and that is more about celebration, celebrating your victories, celebrating your accomplishments, being proud, and that is something that you are allowed to do. You are allowed to be proud of what you've achieved so far, and I think that is a great resolution for you, to allow yourself to be proud, and I think that is going to be a part of your self-love journey. So now I'm going to pull a card from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. Let's see, self-care prompt. I have sound healing. I think this one is so cool. Like, you can look up sound healing meditations or videos or whatever on YouTube. You can connect them to your chakra. So if there is a certain chakra that you feel like you should be aligning or something like that, then you can look up a sound healing for that specific chakra, or you can do for all of the chakras. And I think that's super, super cool. So let's get one more. Connect with the earth. Ooh, connect with the earth. So you can do that by working with crystals, by taking a walk outside in nature. Maybe you live in a place that has a beautiful park, go take a walk there. Maybe even if you are very active, I am personally not, but you could take like a run in a park, and try and find ways to make that a part of your routine. So Aquarius, that was your reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments how this resonated with you. I would love to hear from you. And if you want to see more videos like this, I do pick a card readings all the time. So definitely subscribe to this channel because I would love to have you here. But for now, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi Pisces, welcome to your monthly reading for January. So I am working with the Everyday Witch Tarot. And I'm gonna look into your current energy right now. So what is your current energy? I have the Ace of Cups, so I had this for Aquarius as well, and this can indicate either new love, new emotions, new feelings coming in. I really like to see the Ace of Cups as a card of self-love coming in, so finally embracing your self-worth, starting your self-worth, self-love journey. I think that's really, really powerful because I feel like self-love is a big part of love that is often overlooked within a tarot. Let's see what else we have for you. I have the Three of Pentacles. This is a card of collaboration, of teamwork. Look at, if you can, focus. Hi. Okay. It's a card of teamwork, of collaboration, of working together. So there might be something that you are doing right now where you are figuring out your worth because you are working with other people. And sometimes working with other people is where you really get to know yourself better too, by how you handle certain things, certain interactions, certain problems. So that is what I'm picking up for your current energy. I am now taking my Pure Magic Oracle deck to see what the theme of next month is for you, Pisces. I have telekinesis, influence, willpower, control obstacles. So maybe you are somebody who likes to put the control into other people's hands. That is something that I definitely feel with Pisces. Like, I got this card for, I don't remember, but another sign as well, and I knew that they are usually a sign who like to be in control. But I know for Pisces that some of you, I don't think it's laziness. I think it's more like insecurity, thinking that maybe somebody else will know what is best for me. But that's not always the case, because the only person who truly cares about you and your best interests only is you. So you need to find ways to be more in control over your own life. I think that is really important for you as a theme for the next month. So let's see if I can get anything else. I have raising winds, magical release, calling, intention, stronghold. So releasing toxic people, releasing toxic energies from your life is what I see with the magical release. We have calling, trusting, more like trusting yourself, trusting your own calling. How do I want to say that? Just more trusting, having more trusting yourself, basically. Yeah, I don't have to make it more complicated than that, because that is basically it. Now let's look at the focus of the month for you, Pisces. I have the Fool, taking a little bit more risks, feeling more free-spirited, innocence, naivety. Those are all things that come with the Fool. I usually see it as a card of taking risks. So this is going to be a focus for you. What is it in your life that you would like to be more free-spirited with? And that could be a focus for you, something that you have to do. Take a little bit of risk. As well as the Sun, being your authentic self is what I associate with the Sun card. Being your authentic self, being more positive, being more optimistic. Because yeah, I think the next year, at least the next month, has some great things happening for you, as long as you allow yourself to enjoy it. Now let's look at some goals to create. So I think of these as like New Year's resolutions. I have the Four of Wands. Celebrate any milestones. You don't always just have to celebrate when you get at the end. You know, there are a lot of milestones in the middle that you should also celebrate, you know? Let's see what else we have. I have the Page of Swords. This is like requiring information. So what is it that you want to learn? What is anything that you wanted to learn, anything that you wanted to know more about? I think it's going to be a great resolution for you to find some like courses, trainings, even just content creators like on TikTok or YouTube could be really great to start learning more about a certain thing that you want to learn more about. So for the last part of the reading, I want to take some cards from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. This is like self-care prompts and stuff. Hydrate. I just had the last sip of my tea, but you are encouraged to drink enough water. You are a water sign, but that doesn't mean that you need water more than anybody else. You just need to take a sip of water right now. And if you don't have it, pause this video, go get yourself a glass or a bottle of water and go take a sip of water. Okay, let's have one more. Sync with the moon. I love working with the moon cycles. Yeah, I do. I love working with moon cycles. Mostly the full and new moon, but I am trying to incorporate more first and last quarter moon cycles in my life as well. And definitely check out the Moonology Manifestation Oracle flip through that I did, because that's deck, I used that deck to work with the cycles of the moon. So that's really fun. Anyway, Pisces, thank you so much for watching. This was your reading. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below how this resonated with you. And if you want to see more of these pick a card readings, definitely subscribe to this channel, because I would love to have you here. You can also book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me through the link in the description box below. For now, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.